Innovation Way is below grade, and Maury Path crosses there. Maury Path's the old Indian path that King Philip and Weedamo fled on after the Great Pecasset Swamp fight in Tiverton, when they came around the ponds and they came down here to Winslow's Point and then on the ferry across. So we're going to go down Maury Path heading west. So we're going to walk down here. There's a sidewalk. So, no, that...
Yeah, we don't have sidewalks. But working.
This is where we leave.
It's a grassy walk.
Sidewalk on parts of the mountain.
You can Google American chestnut and find these huge trees that were the last to grow. This Asian blight came in the late 1800s, killed off all the American chestnuts, every single last one of them, but the roots keep sprouting. And if there's a little bit of light, because this was all burned over, you can see the dead trees.
They definitely don't like
that
crowding.
the little sprouts are bearing nuts, but you can see the blight, the canker blight.
Well, I might be coming back for some
It's
reason.
right here.
Yep.
Oh, it's already got it. It's going to wait another couple weeks. Oh, yeah.
See, it's all rotted,
Yeah.
and that will kill that tree. But we're going to take this old dirt bike trail because the stone is actually, as Roger was just saying, south of there, and it's easier to find from this path.
I don't think they're using it lately. A lot of
No,
roadblocks.
right.
That's my second.
That's actually the first one that was found.
This one was found. Most of you know Tom Atherin.
Yeah.
His father, Roy Atherin, was an amateur archaeologist. And he was even, I hate to call him an amateur because he went to Yucatan, he went everywhere doing archaeological work. And most of his stuff, his finds are at the Somerset Historical Society or at the Robbins Museum.
In Middleborough.
In Middleborough, yeah. And matter of fact, Tom was kind enough to give me his father's notes, which I copied on this. And he couldn't identify it either. He because of this,
Well, this has all four directions on
it has a four directions.
Like an arrow going that way.
We put a compass on it. It's north, south, east, west. We've had Althea, what's his name? Althea Brady.
Yeah.
What's
That's her name.
her husband's name?
Well, I don't know her married name.
Mr. Brady.
She's only
Mr.
been
Brady.
married 20 years. That's too soon.
Mr. Brady came out here around the time of the solstice and sat out here and took photos of the sun and how it lined up. And there's been a shift. I'm not a astrologer or astronomer or any kind of thing like that. But so here I go. I don't know what I'm talking about, in other words, as usual. But no, his thing was that I guess the Earth has shifted or poles have moved or something. But it was pretty dead on with the solstice. I don't know. I've forgotten summer solstice, winter, whenever he was out here. But he did that. And then the thing is, it isn't a millstone, because a millstone would have, as you know, many grooves. And this has this diamond pattern, and then it has this cross.
But the
and-
diamond doesn't go on that side.
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
It's very faint.
It's faint.
Oh.
It's old, and its lichens have been weathering the rock away. And this chunk might be that or something. This was broken off, it appears.
This side of your banana.
So that's why it was abandoned.
No, pull down.
Oh.
All right?
Black that is.
And that's why it was left
Good
here.
theory.
Yeah, it's a good theory. But what is it? And if you look underneath,
thing out.
there are other rocks under there that it's
Pull the
sort
banana out of the hole.
of rests on.
The other one that you saw, on the other
Number 3, which we'll see shortly, was discovered when Mike Labassi and I were laying out the trail to advocate for the Bioreserve, the long trail that we've walked on, the Big Walk trail.
That was back in like 95.
Yeah. And then I found number 4 when the city, excuse me, had transferred the land to the state, the CR, the conservation restriction, up near the Copacut. Now, I can't think of his name at the moment, but this fellow from Newport who is interested in lithic exploration, finding unusual rocks, you know, Mystery Hill in New Hampshire and stuff like that, where these strange rock formations. He saw our website on the internet there and wondered if he could find one, and he came out, and he's the one that found number 2, which is where we're going next. So number 2 was only found, what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Did he look in a particular place because of directions?
Direction.
Well, he directions, because they all sort of line
Straight
up.
line.
Ooh, they line up.
Chances of stumbling
That means they're Star Trek
That
teleportation.
was one thing for one of you guys.
They kind of line up northwest to
Beat me
south.
up, Scotty.
It's a sacrificial line.
Northeast to
No.
northwest to southeast.
Yeah.
Northwest to south.
Hey.
Having done that, so I'll take a couple of prussic
The
acid.
number of people we need on that walk, we can pick that up.
No.
This is the Maori path once again. So we're going to just go to Innovation Way because we have to cross.
Okay, so right across the street.
We had one of those in Fall River.
It starts to get slippery. You're in trouble.
Good thing it's not slippery today.
This is Mother's Brook Trail, and it ran from back toward where the dump is now, from Airport Road, and back then from Wilson Road, really, actually, way back. And it was a farm lane, and it went all the way along on what is now would be the east side of Route 24. And if we followed this just around the bend, we'd end up at the Sonnet Ledge.
Oh.
And supposedly Mother's Brook Trail is the path that the Italian stonecutters walked to get to a Sonnet Ledge. They were hired to cut the granite. And matter of fact, most of the Italians in Fall River, we have a small Italian population, as you know, on the Bedford Street area that settled in there. And it was because of all the quarries. They were all skilled,
Mason.
not masons, skilled quarrymen.
Storage stone.
Quarrymen. And at first they walked here. Supposedly they were in a barracks down on North Main Street, and they would walk up to the Fall River Granite Company quarry at the Sonnet Ledge. And then later on they built barracks right at the ledge, and they had a big operation there with a railroad siding that went down to Terry's Crossing to bring the rock down and the whole thing. So this is Mother's Brook Trail. We're going to go this way, off Mother's Brook Trail.
So what's the name of this trail?
This has no trail. This has no
Really?
name. It's not really much of a trail. I think it's
Mystery.
again made
Mystery.
by
That way too. That's too high for me.
There's always a way around.
I think it's connected.
The tree is
That
holding
rock
it,
out there.
otherwise we can push it.
It's not connected.
That's formidable though, isn't it?
Not connected?
No, that's a glacier. The glacier pushed that up there, and then the glacier
Or
melted.
dropped it.
Or dropped it there.
Well, go stand on the top, Everett.
I don't think that would make any difference.
There's the boundary marker. On the other side of that is Trustees of Reservations, TTOR.
It's a little
Doesn't have
bigger.
the grooves.
And this is the one that was discovered about 5 years ago by the fellow from Newport, the Lithic archaeologist or whatever you'd call him.
Fell on it.
We're watching to see if you're gonna fall.
Well, it just may happen here. Here we go.
This is it. Look at that. You need it.
Hey,
You find any
This gets better actually.
Everybody here?
Major path.
This is Hogs Rock Trail.
Okay, see?
Now you know where you are.
Now we know where I am. Which way am I going?
This way.
This way. I have a compass, but when you guys were reading,
What's the name of this trail?
seriously.
Hogs Rock.
Is there a
Hogs
hog rock?
Rock is the big rock that we go by on the big walk.
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like a hippo.
Yeah.
So why don't we call it Hippo Trail?
Whoa, we're wrong about.
Short legs. They don't usually go that wide.
Well, this is my favorite.
No.
The motor flow is especially important for music.
We're near Dr. Durfee's.
There have been guys running ATVs and things up and down the path here, and it's wrecking it. So luck they blocked it off, which is good.
Thank you, Roger.
All of these rocks are about a mile apart,
Basically, it's all going to be on the road.
northwest to
and Maori
southeast.
path, pretty good.
But we had to make a big
Nothing narrow.
circle to come around
Across.
Yeah, more
without having to
we
walk
go
straight through the
like that,
woods
more or less.
and cross the pond because we didn't want to swim across.
Oh, we could.
So we crossed at that end. We only have a quarter of a mile. We'll be at the rock 3, and then we we'll head
Next time
back
we come on a
down
walk.
Maury to the field.
Everett, next time we come on a walk, we've got these.
We then turned, instead of continuing to follow the ridge, we turned and went this way on an existing path. We made this one. This was existing as we just came up. And it goes all the way to the Pet Cemetery area, East Line Trail.
Yep.
So this is where the trail, if it had continued, would have gone this way. And Mystery Stone 3 is straight ahead.
100
So we kind of have to, yeah, we kind of have to bushwhack a little bit.
Stay
so
on
just
top
go slow.
of the esker, the top of the hill until you get to it, because you'll see it roughly north.
Hey, you made it, Jim.
We're gonna go out that way.
Yeah, like this.
We're gonna head up that way because that's the main path. We cut it instead of walking back through the brush.
Here we are.
So we finally got here.
You know, we could have seen these, you know.
Yeah, online. Thanks a lot. I'll take a picture of it and show it to me.
There's
We
nothing-
send it to you by email.
Yeah, I remember that.
It has the partial cross on it.
Yeah. And,
So this one's number 3.
3.
where's the partial cross?
3 in order of discovery or
No. Just in,
order of access?
yes, in order of northwest to southeast.
Oh, okay.
This was number 2 at one
So,
time.
so when you map them, what do they line up in some way? or-
They do. They're about a mile apart, each one. And it's on, I think might be on our website, the map, the topo map of U.S. Geodetic Survey.
A typo map with the dots where they
Yeah, we have them on there. On archaeology and stone formations and Stonehenge type things. And no one has come up with a really definitive answer, right?
It's a sleeping rock.
The flora of the month
Yeah.
last month was
Lily pad.
the white water lily that we passed.
Yeah, flora.
The flora of the month in the little Green Futures e-newsletter, the photograph of it was taken on this trail. So it's the rattlesnake orchid.
Oh,
And-
it was on this trail?
Yeah, and I tried to spot it coming up, and I didn't. So if you see a reticulated leaf, looks like a terrarium plant.
back there on the hole in the leaf, on eye level. Someone found it.
That reticulated pattern resembled a rattlesnake, so they call it rattlesnake. It's white.
White?
But if you look at the flowers, there'll be a close-up in the newsletter. It'll show the little orchid flowers that bloom from that.
Cluster too.
But yeah, they've been over. They're common, but they've been over-picked, or they were years ago for terrariums. People would take them home, put in terrariums. It'd be a nice terrarium plant.
So they're native?
Yes, I would expect you to find it there.
Yeah, now we're going to find more. Anybody want me?
We've been on this.
He's joking.